everybody, and welcome to the Psychic Hour. This is Katie Weaver. I'm here with my sister, co host, and partner in all things psychic, Kristi Brower. Hello.
Hello. Hey, everybody. I
How's it
can't
going?
believe it's already Thursday.
I know
Uh,
this week has gone really fast.
Good. Yeah. Well, and I traveled and ended up taking an extra day to get home, and
Yeah,
it's already the end of the freaking week again. So, hey, I will
we'll
take
take
that.
it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I'm not complaining.
I left my office door open because I'm home alone right now and kind of need to know what's going on, with the tiniest amongst us around here. So if you hear what sounds like puppies wrestling, that's because it is. So and my poor Rico has joined me. I have a chair next to my chair in my office for him because he likes to hang out in here with me. So
Uh-huh.
he's in here chilling on his chair, trying to stay away from them. So,
At least for a while, that'll work, huh? Till they get a little bigger.
mm-hmm. Well, they already have figured out how to yank his blankie off. So he has a blanket
Oh,
on this chair, so they'll pull that off and sometimes try to get him with it. But anyway,
little snots. Wow.
yeah, that's quite the life.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So how are things on your front?
Really good. You all know listening. If you were listening last week, my guest was my friend JJ. And then I turned around the next day and flew to Oakland to visit her for the weekend. And we had so much fun. I have not laughed that hard in a really long time.
Awesome.
At one point, we watched three shark movies in a row and screamed in unison many, many times, which was really fun and got to go. Like, she took me into the city in San Francisco, and we went to down to the Castro, went to the Castro Theater to watch Casablanca. We just had a blast. It was real. I just needed, like, get me the F out of here and go have some fun for a while. And I
Yeah.
did, and it was great.
Good. Good.
So
Good.
I'm great, to be
Well,
perfectly
good.
honest. Yeah.
I let Rico come and say hi.
Oh, Mr. Rico, him is so handsome.
He's like, "Hi, guys. I'm trying to avoid those puppies at all costs.
Yeah, they
They
never
can,
stop picking on me.
well, they can now get on all the furniture except for his favorite chair, luckily.
Oh,
But everything else is fair game now. So
oh
there's not much getting away from them.
man.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well, all is well here. Kind of an interesting thing playing out today that I think is worth sharing. So my daughter, my 19-year-old daughter, she has some friends that own a drink trailer, and it's in a very little farming community, and they are out of town this week, so she's been running it for them. And I mean, pretty much you're getting like the agricultural crowd that come over and buy drinks from you, like sodas and mixed sodas and stuff like that, and treats and whatnot. And she yesterday, actually every day this week that she's been there, she's had a very weird dude showing up there, a creepy guy.
Yikes.
And it's pretty rural and she's kind of alone where she's at. And there's businesses around her, but it's pretty rural. Let's just say that. And so he came yesterday and stayed an uncomfortably long time, just kind of chatting and, being weird. And she was yesterday, she said, "There's a really creepy guy." And then he drives past constantly in a semi, apparently like delivering stuff or I don't know what, something agricultural, and waves every time he drives past. And she's like, "Ugh, what is this?" So this morning he showed up, first customer. Like he was almost waiting for her to get there. And she
Oh,
was pretty creeped out. And she called me and she's like, "That guy was here again. He stayed too long." She's like, "Mom, he just makes me really uncomfortable." And I'm like, "You listen to me. You trust that. When you
yeah.
feel that way, you're not being a bitch. You're not being rude. You trust that feeling." I said, "You
Right.
don't have to be friendly to him. You don't have to, it's okay to be rude to him. You don't have to do anything." But, she is nice and he's been chatty and, so it's too much. Anyway, so we had talked about a strategy of, when if he pulls up, for one thing, lock yourself in the trailer so that no one can come in. And I said, "You don't leave that trailer for any reason." And she's like, "Well, I'm not stupid." And I said, "Bro, I know you're not stupid, but people are very convincing,
Right.
And if he says something like, "Will you just come and double check that my taillights are working," or some freaking thing, You
Yeah.
don't know. I said, so it doesn't matter what anyone asks you to do. You don't leave that trailer for any reason.
Mhm.
And she said, yeah, definitely no. And anyway, so later in the afternoon, he came back again and wanted to refill his drink. And she said it was only half drink. Like he could have gotten through the whole day on. He had ordered an enormous drink. And again, like stayed and chatted, tried to get her to tell her where she lives. Not he already knows the town she lives in from her license plates. Wanted to know where she lives. And she
That is
said
so creepy.
she just
Ugh.
kinda kept brushing him off, and he's like, "Oh, come on, you have a house, you live somewhere, tell me where you live. Oh, come on, I know that town really well. I was just wondering, I'm just curious, where do you live?" So she finally told him she lives in a different community, like a little, farming community outside of our town. Uh, I said, "You know, it would have been okay to say, 'You know, I don't know you, and that's none of your business.'" I said, "It's okay to be that direct with people like that."
Yeah.
But luckily, the second time, one of her best friends had come out to visit and was sitting with her, so he was there. And he also is from that community. So he kind of grilled this guy down like, I've never seen you before. Why are you like, who do you work for? What are you doing out here? And kind of grilled him down. And she said it kind of shut him up. So that's good. And now she doesn't have to work again until next week. She'll be there for a few days, but her friend will be in and out quite a bit. Yeah, but I agree. I'm going to send her out with, she has a pepper spray and a little taser thing, stun gun thing. I'm going to make her take them both. But and the reason I share this story is simply this. These are those moments, right? Her dad and I
Yeah.
were talking about this earlier. I said,
Totally.
I said, once upon a time, I might have just written this off as, oh, he's just a weirdo, just ignore it. But I've been in true crime too long to
Mm.
say that
Mhm.
now. Now it's like, no, this is how this shit starts. And we have groomed our girls to think they have to be nice to everybody and not
No.
hurt anyone's feelings or whatever. So we allow this shit because we have been groomed to do that. I was like, "Tell him it's time to leave.
Yeah.
Tell him you're not interested, he needs to go." Or whatever. I said, "You didn't give him your phone number or anything, right?" And she's like, "Are you kidding me?" So I was like, "Okay." I said, "You didn't tell him your last name?" She's like, "No, of course not." Because I
Good.
I think this isn't the guy that I think drags you out in the night. Not that she's there at night, but uh, I think this is the guy that gets a hold of your phone number or finds you on socials and then sexually harasses you that way and tries to
Mhm.
nag you into going on a date or something. But
Right.
anyway, you slice it. No. Also,
No.
she said he's easily 30, so he's a fair amount older than her. Like, it's gross. It's
It is.
inappropriate. It's the same shit that we have been dealing with for always, right?
Right. Well,
So,
the crime junkie girls say something like, "Be weird, be rude, stay alive."
yeah,
It's something like that, and it's
something like
true.
that.
Be weird, be rude, be rude as you wanna be. You don't have to put up with that shit.
Well, and her friends don't
God.
care. This isn't Walmart. You don't have to give customer service. Walmart does not give customer service.
Yeah, what are you
What am
saying?
I talking about? But at any rate, yeah, gross.
Be
Yes, Lauren, and in fact, her friend was there when she closed, and he went ahead. It's actually his family's business. He went ahead and had her close up a little bit early and go home, and he kept an eye on her. Yeah,
good,
because I
good.
think that's a good tip too. Like it's gross. It's inappropriate. Mars got stalked in high school.
Mhm,
She was stalked in high school to the degree that we had to get the resource officer and the principal involved and a couple of her teachers involved. And she knows this feeling. You know what I mean?
mhm, she
And
does.
so I think it's a good learning lesson for her to understand how to not put up with this shit, you know? Because when you let people know that you're not going to put up with it, they will usually stop. You're not going to be their target. If you're going to stay and keep being nice and keep putting up with it, they're going to keep doing it. But as soon
Right,
as you push back a little bit and you're rude to them, typically they'll move on because you obviously aren't the person that's going to, be the person that they want. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Well, his license is he's just driving a semi, but her friend did learn who owns the semi and he
Oh,
knows the
good,
farmer that he works for. So,
good.
yeah. So we know these things. It's just gross.
It
And she's right. You got to trust your gut. And that's what I told her. I said, "B, you have to trust your instincts on this stuff and you're doing it just right." So
Yeah.
now we strategize like what to do. Because you know what? She still has a few more days there next week. And she should get to go to work
Right. She
and
should.
not feel like she can't be there because of some weird ass guy who wants to show up there and be weird. No,
Yeah. Yeah. No, not at
no.
all. And getting an officer to follow walk her in and out. There's
Unfortunately,
probably
not
like
there.
there's probably like one officer on in that whole county during the
Yep,
day.
yep.
So,
But her friend is there, and he's gonna keep watching too. But Colleen, it's a good suggestion. In a
mhm,
bigger place would definitely be a good suggestion
definitely, if
here.
that was an option, be great.
Yeah. But not only that, she has a lot of friends in that community. I think she should just put a little tip out that everyone should really come hang out and come say hi, come get a drink, and yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anyway, ick, 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 ick.
Not cool.
Well, it's a good reminder to all of us. You do not have to be nice. And if
No.
people are making you uncomfortable, you don't have to be polite about it.
No, not at all. You definitely don't, and you shouldn't be because you're just
No.
encouraging the behavior.
Mhm. How many girls before they got drug off by a serial killer or some freaking thing were too nice because they thought
Mhm,
they had to be.
mhm.
And
It's
and maybe did have to be according to their job or their boss or their parents, you know? This is one of the stereotypes we have to break, and that's that you just have to be nice. No, you freaking don't.
yeah. Yeah, you don't. You don't at all. In any situation, if you feel uncomfortable and unsafe, you don't have
Mhm.
to pretend like everything's okay when it isn't.
Mm-mm. Trishy,
Not
she's
at
out
all.
in your family's stomping grounds. You'll know what I
Oh,
mean.
yeah.
Yeah. Tell them all.
Yes, tell them all
Come
to
have
go
a
get a
drink.
drink from her.
Yep. Anyway, so that's what's up at our house. Is it's just never a dull moment.
Right?
Well, the big question always at the psychic hour is what'd you have for dinner?
We have had nothing, but we have agreed to have sandwiches because we have to buy groceries tomorrow, and frankly,
Mm.
when we started looking at what we have to have for dinner, it was sandwiches. So, we're having sandwiches.
I see what you mean.
Ugh, yeah, we need groceries bad.
We went to a little food truck for lunch, but it was like a late lunch, and here in our town, and it's a teriyaki. It's called teriyaki and Thai.
Mm,
I think these are just a bunch of white people, cooking food they like, which is fine. But it didn't look all that Thai to me. And well, anyway, they had one thing. They had Indian chicken on the menu that I was curious about, but a little skeptical. Like I'm not sure. Anyway, so we went with the teriyaki beef. We each ordered one. They were freaking enormous. So
ooh,
we shared one for lunch, and so now it'll definitely be teriyaki beef for dinner as well.
that
But yeah,
sounds awesome.
definitely one to come and eat at. I've been really trying to make Food Truck Friday a thing for our family
Yes.
because, for one, I think that's kind of a fun summer tradition, but also there's so many cool little food trucks around here that deserve some business.
Mhm.
Before we go to freaking Taco Bell or, Burger King again or some stupid
Ugh.
thing. I really want to go more to local little eateries, and I think going to the food trucks is a really fun idea. So I'm trying to get that to catch on up in here, and it's not Friday, but anyway, that's what we did. Yeah.
I
Oh,
had so much good food in, Oakland and San Francisco. You guys, oh my gosh.
amazing, huh?
Oh, a Thai place or an Indian place in particular that was so freaking good.
Mm,
It's awesome.
love Indian food.
Mhm.
Well, let's see. Lauren had leftovers. Oh, I got to back up. Patricia had a taco salad. JR had ice cream. Lauren had
Legit.
leftovers. Renee had chicken rice and carrots. Amy had Little Caesars. Renee had a chef salad. Trish had loaded fries from the tailgate guy. Where is that guy?
Mm,
I'm not familiar. Is that a food truck, Trish? I'm thinking it is.
prob
Uh, oh, Colleen had Thai curry chicken soup. Ooh, that
Ooh,
sounds amazing.
yum.
Sherry had frozen pizza. Hey, Terry. Yeah. Well, sounds like everybody's living it up. Yep.
Oh, Brandy goes to food trucks on
Oh, on
Mondays.
Mondays. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, Miranda has
Yes.
subs.
We went to Sausalito, which is, like, right on the water, and had fish and chips, which I normally will not eat fish. But I thought, "Well, it's gonna be super fresh because 'cause we're right there," and it was
Mhm.
so good. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Because if it's not fresh, I am not touching it with a 10-foot pole.
We kind of became fish and chips aficionados last year when
Oh, the Montana Club.
we discovered this place in Billings, Montana called the Montana Club. And their food, holy God, so good. And their fish and chips were like the best I've ever had. It was so good while we were all in Billings, we had to go back a second time and eat there again.
Yeah, it
And now
was
every time we go
fantastic.
through there, we try to stop and eat if we have time. And then we had to start trying out fish and chips at other places because we all got on kind of a kick. So welcome to the group.
Right? See, it's the first time I've done it because I don't
Hmm.
know, I'm real iffy on fish, but when you're right on the ocean,
Hmm.
I'm gonna be able to trust that that was pretty fresh fish, so
If the tartar sauce is good enough,
and
it
it
doesn't
was
matter.
homemade, beautiful,
Hmm. Yeah.
and the coleslaw was fantastic, and it had a little
Mm,
heat to it and had peppers in it. Oh my
uh
gosh,
huh.
so
Oh,
good.
yum.
So yeah.
Trish said, "Oh, it's a food truck on the river, Wednesday through Saturday. He's known for his barbecue. Ooh, I'll have to check him
Yeah.
out on Food Truck Friday."
On Food Truck Friday, yes. Lots of our chatters, it looks like, are into food trucks, so
Yeah, I love it because it's a way easier way for people to be able to have a restaurant. And I think you
mhm,
find a lot of really gifted, talented, dedicated people with food trucks that just don't have the capital or don't want the experience or the expense of having a brick and mortar business. I think they're
yeah.
brilliant.
There are
We bought a food truck once upon a time, and we were going to
yes, you
do the
did.
food truck thing, and we just couldn't get our shit together to do it. It just turned out we just don't have time, and we finally sold it. But yeah. Oh boy, those puppies are,
They are having a great time.
they really are. I'm going to mute and just yell at them real quick.
Okay. Life at Katie's
Okay.
house, right? She's got a mute to yell at her dogs.
And Luca came running like, "What?" Yeah.
That's
Oh,
funny.
Patricia's area doesn't have food trucks. We're way too small. Ah,
Dang it.
listen, I have never had better Mexican food than at food trucks.
Yes, truth. We have great ones here.
Mm. The taco bus in our town is the best, and they close every year for 2 or 3 months in the spring to go back to Mexico for a little
Mhm.
bit, and they're currently closed. My kids were here from Boise last week, and they were so mad. They specifically not specifically, but, they were so stoked to get taco bus, and they're closed. But
They'll be
they'll be
back soon.
back. There you have the best torta I have ever had.
Mhm.
But whatever. Anyway. So we had thought about doing spiritual AF cards tonight
Yeah.
and just kind of talking about the energy of the week. The last couple of weeks, the energy has just been shit, heavy and prickly and combative and angry, just not great. And then this week, we kind of like got dropped flat. It's like there is no energy in this week. And people are so
Yeah.
tired, so drained, so in need of a nap and some downtime and just some easy time. Our favorite cousin in the world is coming. I shouldn't say that. One of our favorite cousins, we have a few.
If we have any others listening, they'll be like, "What?" No, just
One of
kidding.
our very favorite cousins, she's almost a sister. She really is a little sister to us, is
Mhm.
coming home for a visit this weekend. So we are so
Yay.
beyond stoked to hang out with
Can't
her
wait.
tomorrow night and have some fun. But that's the goal this week, I think, is to try to get some rest, have a little fun, relax a little bit. I actually binged a series on Netflix. I can't think of the last time I did that. But The Lincoln Lawyer is all that.
Oh, I've been
Yes.
wanting to watch it.
Yep.
What we need right now is a lot of laughing.
Yes.
That's what we need to raise the vibration. So,
Mhm.
whoever you love, uh, or watch shark movies with another person that likes to scream at shark movies because that's pretty fun.
Mhm.
Or I don't know if you guys like Melissa McCarthy, but go
Oh.
watch The Heat. Okay, just do yourselves a favor. Just do it. Don't ask me any questions. Just
Mm-mm.
go watch that friggin' movie because you will laugh so hard your stomach hurts. It is so
Yeah.
funny and so needed. We need laughter. We need fun. We
Mhm.
need funny shit. We just need
Yep.
that. Like, that's what we need to bring the vibration up.
Yep. Yep. I hear that. Yes, but yeah, definitely watch The Heat. You
Watch the
can't
heat.
not just
And
die.
if you've
Yeah.
already seen it several times, I don't care. Watch it again. It stands up. It stays funny. Like,
Mhm.
it's gonna be funny forever.
And in fact, just have a Melissa McCarthy marathon
I know. I
if
was
you
kinda
can.
thinking about that, like, yeah, I'm gonna be doing some of that this weekend.
Right? Miranda said that her dogs are looking for the puppies they keep hearing barking.
Oh, no. Yeah, I bet they are.
Miranda, maybe they can get them in line because my dogs are failing miserably at that.
Right?
Oh, Jacqueline said was going to cook some yellow eye and make a salad, but now leaning towards the Oikonos vanilla yogurt, blackberries
Yeah,
and strawberries. Yeah. Oh,
there
just
you
came in
go.
from the greenhouse in a rainy deluge. Ah, yeah.
Don't
Well,
cook. Yogurt sounds great.
yeah, yogurt works. Yes.
Mhm.
All righty. Well, so I think that's where we're going to go. Oh yeah, Kristen
Or
went as
Kristen Wiig.
well.
And when
Hmm.
they're in the same movie together, like in Bridesmaids,
Oh my gosh.
golden
Hmm.
combo.
Without a doubt. Well, and of course, the January 6th committee like hearings are starting today, so that's going to
Yeah, don't watch that.
be interesting, enlightening, enraging,
Yeah.
whatever. It's going to be things, uh, so far, I'm not. I've been watching softball. That's all.
I'm gonna let V on Under the Desk News keep me filled in on what's happening with that.
Oh my hell, I love her.
Yeah, if you guys don't watch V Spehar on, TikTok, she's also a correspondent for the LA Times, and she now has her own podcast, I believe,
Hmm.
um,
Video cast, but yeah.
videocast. She is hilarious, and she does such a great job of just reporting the news without any
Hmm.
drama, but she's
Hmm.
also really funny and cool,
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
V Spehar all the way.
Yes. So let's get started then. Let's pull some
Shall
cards.
we?
Yes. So if you
Let's
want a spiritual AF card, just indicate so in the chat room with your favorite emoji or just say your name or, just whatever you want to say. I think this could get interesting. I'm good on
one of
anything at
those,
this point.
eggplant emojis, whatever. I mean, this is
By the
these
way, did you guys hear that two people fell into
oh, yeah.
a tank of chocolate at an M&M's factory today?
Yeah,
I and they had to cut the side out of the tank to rescue them?
to get them out.
How the hell did they get in?
And does that make you love chocolate more or less?
Well, I don't want that chocolate. I've heard
Well,
bad
no.
rumors about like Hershey's chocolate that it's actually really unsanitary and
Ooh, yikes.
things like that. So I don't want to say any more because I don't want to ruin you guys. But anyway, hopefully this is chocolate that gets discarded. Please say yes. Yeah.
Yes. No, I'm just thinking, like, can you imagine, like, coming out of that being covered in it and, like, all you can smell is chocolate forever and it's stuck in your hair and, like, would you ever wanna eat it again after that? I don't know. I've been
That's
pondering
true.
this afternoon.
That's
Like,
quite the
if this
cleanup job. Yeah.
can you imagine, like, if you got it in your hair and stuff and it's so there's so much fat in it? Oh my god. Might be great for your skin, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
JR posted us some inappropriate, emojis there. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I love it. All righty. Well, let's back up.
Yeah, Moonbeam, in your ears, chocolate in your ear. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, not to get too graphic here, but were these women? Because that seems like the worst yeast infection in the world brewing to
Of your
happen.
life. Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah. I wonder
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
like sand, it gets in places, yeah, and you can't get it out. Mm.
Yeah, I've really had quite a ponder over this afternoon. Ah,
I had not, but I'm glad you brought it up because now I'm like, hmm,
right? Like,
what is it like to get dropped into a vat
is
full
it
of
the mom
chocolate?
in me that immediately goes to, "Now how the fuck are you gonna clean that up?" Think it is
Well,
the mom in me.
surely all bits of clothing are destroyed.
Right? Definitely.
And do they have some kind of like emergency washer system that So you pull them out of the tank, so they immediately had to strip them down and spray them off with the fire hose, or like,
But
how
you'd
does this
think that would
work?
be pretty hot water because if it's cold water, it's gonna set up. Like, you don't want the chocolate to set. I'm serious, like, I have had a think on this. Set up in your hair? Oh my
Or just
gosh.
on your body. You can't
Yeah.
walk. You're frozen.
Yeah, it's like being in the thickest mud ever, and then it sets up. I don't know.
Hmm.
Eternity says this is an interesting convo to arrive in the middle of. Yes.
And JR said it sounds like an episode of I Love Lucy. It kind of does, yeah.
Mhm.
Or yes, get it up your nose, Moonbeam. Yeah. You know how when you get a smell in your nose that you cannot get rid of,
Yeah.
good or bad, cannot get rid of?
Mhm.
You're probably going to smell nothing but chocolate for
Ever.
a while. Hopefully,
That's
they've
what
had
I think.
COVID and they can't smell anything anyway. But
Yeah, that could be. Yes, Laura, they probably are wearing clean suits, but I mean, I don't
they were.
know.
They used to be.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
used to be formerly clean. At least it wasn't the candy coating. True. True. It
We
could
have a
be so
green
much worse
M&M and a
even.
blue M&M. Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting. We're going to have to learn more about this.
We
There's
are.
also a wild case of a girl who has been missing for 40 years, went missing when she was an infant with her parents, and they've just solved the crime of her parents, but they're still not saying shit about who raised her, where she came from. Like, now they're
Yeah,
saying
like
she was raised in a religious cult. Um, we need more information on that one
yes.
too. We'll keep looking. That'll be an
I
episode. But that's the thing
That'll be
blowing
a
my
next
mind
week
this
episode, I
afternoon.
am sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, did they play the Willy Wonka song right? Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, Kev, I'm not even gonna say that.
Kev's got some solutions for us on the chocolate debacle. Feel free to read them in the chat.
Okay. What a day, what a day.
Oh my goodness. See, we needed a laugh. That's what we needed. We needed a
That's
laugh.
right. All right, we're gonna take it back up to the top to Lauren, who would love a spiritual AF card, please.
Okay, Lauren. Go outside and do shit. Are any of you struggling with this? Like, just getting out of the house, getting back into your regular routine after COVID. And I know it's not after COVID, but after the worst of COVID, like I needed to go on this trip to remember I like to have fun and like to go do things and not just sit on my couch all the fucking time.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking, Lauren, this is for you. Go out and do shit.
Mm,
It's
it's
time
for
to
me as
have some
well.
fun. Yeah.
My front yard, well, and backyard. There are weeds in my backyard that are 4 times as tall as the puppies. It is terrible. But my front yard, I mean, we're gonna need a swather for this mess. It is so bad. And Mars's coach is coming to stay with us in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, we got to start looking like people live here. This is ridiculous. It's really bad. But
So
so
I
yeah, I'm gonna take that as one for me too, Lauren.
Yeah, it's not
Yes.
just for Lauren, it's for all of us. Like
Hmm.
it's time to step back into life wherever you can.
Well, it was hot today, and I realized I do so poorly in the summer sun. My body hates it. My medication hates it. It's not for me. And usually in in the summer, we start staying up really late and doing stuff, even yard work and stuff like at night, and then staying in during the day. And I'm going to have to get back to that right away. But
Mhm,
that's okay. I kind of love that. But
mhm.
yeah, I don't know, guys. Okay, Miranda, what do we got for you?
Okay, Miranda, let's see here. Stop stressing over shitty as fuck people, Miranda. Stop. Shitty people don't deserve your stress. Don't we all do that? Why am I worried? Wait a minute. Why am
Well,
I
we had a
worried about
little
this?
we had a little tip with somebody last week on YouTube that was commenting on one of our videos, and I finally told them, "You are so irrelevant. I'm not sure why we're wasting our time on this." Like, and I know that's mean. That was mean, but um
It does get
eh,
old though.
mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I realized like this is this conversation's irrelevant. This person is 100% irrelevant. If you're going to at me on YouTube and complain about something, I better go to your page and see that you have piles of awesome videos. Otherwise, you better shut the hell up. It's
Agreed.
never creators. It's never creators.
No, it isn't. It's
Also, it's always men.
every time.
Yep. But
No offense to the men listening.
no, no, because you're not the guys that do that. But
No.
these guys are in mama's basement men, I think, with nothing else to do but just
Mhm.
attack everybody. But anyway, yeah. Why? Why do we give our energy to these irrelevant people? Why?
No, don't be
Or
doing it.
just irrelevant situations? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. How about JR?
All right, JR. What do we got? Exhale that bullshit, JR. Just breathe it out. You know, breathe in peace, breathe out love. Breathe in peace, breathe out love. That is a very legitimate way to
And
do a
or
little meditation.
breathe in peace, breathe out
Breathe out
bullshit.
the bullshit. Yeah,
Yep.
however you want to do it. But
Mm-hmm.
using breath to literally release energy, super smart, easy. We all can do it. Intentionally
Mm-hmm.
breathing something out of your system.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome practice.
Absolutely. All right. How about Sherry?
All right, Sherry, let's see. Pretending to be a savage won't heal that hole in your heart, baby. So
Mm.
don't pretend to be a badass when you're hurt, when your heart's broken. You know, it's okay to be vulnerable and to feel those things. We have to feel the emotions. So important.
It's
We
okay
all
to
need
own
it.
your emotions. Yeah.
Yeah,
So good.
definitely.
How about Amy? Amy said she's had a very rough day, has cried most of the day, just really emotionally done.
Okay, we're gonna get a really nice one for Amy then. Okay, Amy. Stop saying yes to shit you hate.
Oh.
Amy, say no. If you don't want to do it, if you really don't want to do something, don't do it. You don't have to. That expectation of
And
doing
here's a piece of that, Amy.
mm,
Even if you've already said yes, and then you realize, why did I say yes? I don't want to do that. It's okay to change your mind.
yes, it is. It is
This
okay to change your mind.
this I think is a lot of empaths' downfall because they're yes men. They will
Hmm.
say yes because they don't want to let someone down, they don't want to disappoint somebody, and then in hindsight, they're like, "Fuck, why did I say yes to that? I don't wanna do that." But they feel like because they said yes, you're stuck.
But you're
No,
not.
you are not.
No.
It's always okay to come back and say, "You know what? I really am not gonna have the energy to do that."
Yeah,
That's it.
that's totally fine. She says, OMG, it's all about work and I've been trying to find a new job. Yes, but don't take a job you hate.
No.
Take something you like.
Life's too short to have jobs you hate.
Yeah.
It
I got
is.
thrown into taking care of the family business and I hate the politics.
Ah,
Right. You hate it. You don't have to keep doing it.
no.
Even if other people think you do, you don't.
And jobs are a dime a dozen right now. There's never been a better time.
Right?
And I promise whatever you're making right now, you can go make it more doing something else. It's crazy how good it is in the job market right now.
It is. People are needing people.
Yep.
You can do this, Amy.
How about RJ?
RJ. RJ, know the difference between shame and guilt.
Oh, that's a big one.
Hmm.
Really big one.
It is. Well, you know, and I think know the difference between the shame and guilt that's been sort of saddled upon you from growing up or other people and what you're doing to yourself. You know, are you
Hmm.
continuing that? Are you carrying that?
Yeah.
You know, and just being honest with yourself about how you feel can alleviate a lot of it.
Yep. Yep. Oh gosh. Yep. Okay. How about Moonbeam?
Moonbeam. Moonbeam heart is the new balls. Well, it's a lot braver to feel your emotions and feel who you are and be honest than it is
Hmm.
to just be tough all the time.
It's true.
because you're not being honest with yourself or anybody else if you're just being tough all the time.
Mm-mm.
Also, balls are weak as fuck, you guys. Why does
Mhm.
everyone say that? Like that's a thing.
Mhm.
I am a lesbian and I still know that.
Mhm. Well, this is something, yeah, this is a Betty White quote that is awesome when she said, why do we always say, that when somebody's tough, they've got big balls or brass balls or whatever about their balls? Yeah, balls are sensitive and weak and easy to harm. Now, she
Well,
said,
yeah,
we
I was
should
gonna
say
say.
somebody's got a big vagina because that thing can take a pounding. Don't that was Betty White, not me.
You're
I'm
just
just gonna
relaying, you're
concur.
just quoting.
Yeah. If
It's
you don't
true
like it,
though.
take it up with Betty. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. R.I.P. Betty.
Yes, definitely.
How about Renee?
Renee, Renee, you are not your situation. We're so much more than what is happening to us, the choices that we make, or even the life that we're living right now. We're a lot more than that. Sometimes we get small, and let a situation define us. And we've all done it. But dude,
Mhm.
don't forget, Renee, that you are so much more than your current situation.
Yeah.
And don't let that limit you in
Mhm.
the direction that you want to go.
Mhm. Also, you have done the best you could with the resources that you had, with the knowledge that you had. If you're ready to make some changes, great, but it's not fair to beat you up about where you are.
No.
It's just not. You are doing the best you can, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And
All
you're
right.
not that, that's not who you are. That's just the situation you're in right now.
Mhm. All right. How about Lynn? She said, "Card, please. I'm feeling every bit of the drained you're talking about and could use a kick in the butt."
The secret to being a good human is learning not to take your shit out on others. Just a reminder that when you're going through those rough times that
Mhm.
you want to contain yourself and your own emotions and deal with your shit rather than kind of spewing it out on everybody else. Our mom was like that. If she was mad, she was
Mhm.
mad at everything and everyone.
Mhm.
She
Yeah.
had a real hard time with that. And it creates resentments and stuff that you
Mhm.
want to check yourself in those moments.
But I think you can also apply this card to yourself, you know,
Hmm.
because when you're having a harder day or things are rough, I think it's easier to get down on yourself too
Hmm.
and
Good
be
point.
pretty unfair with you about, well, everything. So be careful with that as well. Yeah. Hello, Eternity. I'm glad you caught us live.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. How about Patricia?
All right, Trisha. The wound is the place where the light enters you.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like the we're born to suffer, blah, blah, blah stuff, but I do like the idea that every wound we have received, whether it's physical or emotional or spiritual, has taught us something. Has taught us something, a deepening of an understanding of ourselves, a deepening of empathy for other people. And I tend to be a silver lining person. Like, I want to see, what's the silver lining in any situation because you could pretty much always find one. There's
Mhm.
something good that comes out of even the bad stuff. And this is just that reminder, to let that light in.
Yeah. I love that card. Okay, how about Trish? She left us quite the string of emojis here.
Oh, well, good for you, Trish.
She's on it.
It's okay, guacamole. I'm extra as fuck too. Don't be afraid to just be you. Be weird. Be your weird self. You know, people who want to dim us,
Mhm.
or want us to tone it down a little, we're a little much for them. They can go seek out less somewhere else. That's all right.
Uh-huh.
But don't minimize who you are.
Don't you just love that card for Trish?
Yes, I do. Actually, that's a perfect card for Trish.
I thought so too. She you are a one in a million, Trish. You
Mhm,
really are.
definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Eternity would love a card.
All right. These cards are so thick, I feel like I'm picking up 3 of them and it's only 1. Okay, Eternity. Be yourself, even if you're crazy. Stop worrying about normal ass, nothing ass people judging your cool, weird ass. Okay? Did you get that? Just be you. And if people don't like that, well, that's their problem, not yours. You be you.
Mhm. That's right. I love that card.
Yeah, it's a great one.
How about Jacqueline?
Jacqueline. If you ask the universe for signs, believe what shows up. Dude, we all suck at this a lot, I'm afraid, myself included. That you ask for something, you ask for a message, whatever, and then if we don't like the answer or we're not trusting or whatever, the signs and the answers come, but we miss them or we don't believe them.
Mhm.
So if you're asking for a message, you got to be willing to accept it.
Yep. We're really weird that way, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that though. Okay, how about JR with all of those inappropriate emojis? I loved every second of it. Thank you so much.
It's so funny. JR, this could be the day you stop doing that self-destructive thing you do. Ooh,
Oh.
I like it.
Mhm.
What is that thing? It might be some shitty self-talk,
Mhm.
Probably is.
Yeah.
Maybe today's the day to go, yeah, I'm not going to talk to myself like that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to shift it up. I'm going to start saying nice things to myself.
Mhm. I love that. All right. How about Kev?
All right, Kev. Having talked to you today, Kev, I think you are going to appreciate this. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm.
Ho ho ho. Ooh, I love that.
Mic drop. Right?
Mhm.
Boy, and don't we all as empaths struggle with that? Like, I got to keep the lights on, man. Everybody else is a friggin' mess. No,
Mhm.
no, you don't. You do not have to. You are not required.
It's funny how some people don't feel that kind of need whatsoever.
Right?
And in
Uh,
fact, much to the opposite, which isn't great either. But then others, the empaths, really are just so determined that they're going to have to give up the farm for anyone who needs it all the time.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
And definitely that is a no.
Mhm. Yep.
Eternity says that is so true. I am totally weird and crazy. Yay. I like it.
Justin said he's just here for the couch auction, which I think means he wants a card.
Okay. I didn't know there was a couch auction, but a card would be
Well,
great.
we were posting crazy shit in the chat room to request a card, so I think that's where we're at.
That could be okay. Justin, the present moment is a fucking amazing.
Okay.
Stay in it.
As is the couch auction, to be
As
fair.
is the couch auction, whatever that is. But the present moment, we waste so many moments if we are worried about what's happening in the future or thinking about the past. Just stay right here.
Yeah.
Everything's fine right here.
Yeah.
I mean, you're listening to the Psychic Sisters. What could get better?
Really.
I don't know.
I don't know. A few things, but it's fine. It's probably fine. All right. How about Trisha?
All right, Trisha. 3 ways to fail at everything in life: complain about everything, blame others for your problems, and never be grateful. So, in other words,
Ooh.
3 ways to succeed at everything: complain about nothing, don't blame other people for your problems, and always be grateful. Good advice.
I love that. That's a good attitude adjustment. We all need that every once in a while.
It's true. You got to kind of come back in and go, wait a minute, who's in charge of this situation? Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
it's me. I stopped driving the bus. I've been riding as a passenger and letting someone else drive, and that sucks.
Mhm. Huh. I like that. All righty. How about Miranda? I think we already did Miranda, didn't we? Am
You
I
did.
wrong?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Oh gosh. Now I scrolled. Okay. Uh, Brandy.
Brandy. All right, Brandy. Ready? Be unfuckwithable.
Uh huh.
Don't let other people fuck with you. Don't do it.
Nope.
Say no. Leave the situation. Don't put up with it. When we let people fuck with us, we are teaching them how to treat us in the future.
Hmm.
Like when that's happening now, it's going to keep happening and more.
Yep. Unfortunately, so true. But
Yeah.
yes. But if you're unfuckwithable, people don't try that. It's an interesting thing. And I learned this years ago when I was like a teenager working at my first job at Kmart. And the people that worked at Kmart, there were a bunch of lifers there that were there when that store opened, like in the 70s, and they were still there.
Yeah.
They hated Kmart and they hated each other and they hated themselves and they were something to work with. So Christy and I
Oh.
both worked there. Like our whole family did. Even Scott did.
Oh.
We all
Hmm.
worked there.
Our mom, our
And
sister Kara. Yeah.
yeah. And it was sometimes really tough to deal with them because we were just kids, that weren't so jaded by life and Kmart
Yeah.
that we couldn't, barely drag ourselves out of bed in the morning. But I had taken a lot of abuse off of a couple of them because I didn't know what else to do. I was 17. And I finally decided I don't care if I have this job tomorrow. And I said to one of the old men, I said, "Don't ever, ever talk to me like that again, ever." And he t- he turned and walked away, and I thought, well, I'll probably get fired tomorrow, not knowing that actually, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. He wasn't the manager. He was just a manager. And
Uh-huh.
everyone else there hated him too. My 44-year-old self can look back and be like, you could have said a lot worse and not gotten fired.
Right.
But I didn't know. Like all night, I had the whole rest of the shift, I had this rock in the pit of my stomach. I'm like, I am done for here. But I don't even care because I cannot stand to be talked to like this anymore, especially in front of a customer, which is what happened. But anyway, as we were locking up and leaving, he said, I owe you an apology. I that wasn't okay. And I won't do that again. And I'll tell you what, he didn't. In fact, we got to be friends and he was really good to me and watched out for me there. But I learned a big lesson there in pushing back to the bullies and being unfuckwithable. And even my poor little empathic 17-year-old scared to death self managed to, you know,
Yeah. Stand up for
push
yourself.
back and it works.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. If people think you're not going to put up with it, they'll just move on to someone who will, which is
Hmm.
kind of sad, but you're
But it
passing the
is.
buck. But, we all have to learn this lesson.
Yep. Terry would love a card.
Okay. Terry, dance like everyone else can go fuck themselves.
That's probably my favorite card in this deck.
I love that card. Do what makes you happy, whether anyone else agrees or it makes them happy,
Hmm.
whatever. You do you.
Scott and I were just talking today about how we see all these other people, like, as it gets hot, like out in their yards. And, well, we saw a girl jogging and just, shorts and a sports bra, which in your communities is probably not a surprising thing. In mine, it is. Uh, People will call the police
I'm
for
gonna
shit
call the
like
cops for
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. But we were talking about how it would be nice to be able to be in your own freaking yard and feel like you could peel off your shirt to mow the lawn or whatever without feeling so weird about it.
Right.
Pretty soon we got home and I heard some commotion in the front yard and I looked out and he was unloading the truck from our shopping trip shirtless. I went, there you
He
go.
was.
That's right.
Good for him.
That's like no one's watching. There you go.
Hmm.
I love it. Okay, let's see. We got Trish. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, Colleen.
Colleen.
Colleen needs a card, and she is taking a hit for the team and watching the January 6th hearings. So thank you,
Oh,
Colleen,
Colleen.
for representing the group.
Colleen, be the change you wish to see up in this bitch.
Well, she's doing it.
Doing
She's
it
doing
right
it right
now.
now. Yep.
You can
Good
be
job, Colleen.
educating people about it who can't stand to watch it.
I'll get the highlights and probably the lowlights too, but not today.
Yeah.
Because also, probably the final World Series game is going on right now. World Series of softball.
Softball. Oh,
Right
yes.
this freaking minute. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and thank you for being here, Eternity. Eternity is in New Zealand and has to go back to work 'cause it's only
Ugh,
1 PM there. But thank you for being here.
I'm glad you were here.
Mhm.
Crystal Rose wondered if she could get a card for herself and for her friend.
Yes. Okay. So here's for Crystal Rose first. Holding on to resentment is like taking a shit in your own heart.
What? Say that again.
Holding on to resentments is like taking a shit in your own heart. Don't do it. It doesn't, a less graphic way of saying that is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die, which is another way I've
Yes.
heard this.
Uh-huh. But
And
that's a
neither,
little kinder than taking a shit in your own heart, but okay.
yes, don't do that. Just let the resentments go.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't mean to minimize your how you feel about it, but it does mean don't carry it around. It's too
Yep.
heavy. It's not worth it.
Yep, for
Also, that
sure.
shit stinks. Just saying.
Yeah, who needs it?
Okay, and this is for Crystal Rose's friend.
Yes.
Your growth scares people who don't want to change. I
Oh.
love this one.
Oh, that's important.
Because when you start to change, you freak out the people around you. Sometimes they get scared. You're going to outgrow them.
Mhm.
You won't want them anymore. Scares
Mhm.
people. So you get pushback. And that's sometimes when we get a little bit, we feel a little stifled. Maybe we hold back
Yeah.
because of other people. No, because here's the
Yep.
other thing that your growth does it encourages other people
Yeah.
to grow.
Yeah.
It may start out with, um, you know, making people scared. And
Mhm.
then it will move into, for a lot of people around you, it will make people around you want to grow too. It's actually important to be an example in that way.
Yeah, for sure. Really good point.
Hey,
And you see
Alan,
that a
glad you
lot.
made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see one person, in a family make a change, a healthier change in one way or another. And then before you know it, everybody's doing it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So just keep growing through that fear because
Yep.
it will get better and it will impact people around you too.
Yeah, for sure. The deck Eternity, I'm not sure if you're still here, but the deck is spiritual AF cards.
You can get them on Amazon.
Mhm. Renee's first job was at Kmart in the shoes, so she's a Kmart sister. Yep.
Renee, my first job at Kmart was in layaway at Christmas.
Pray for her.
There is a whole show there. Trust me. Oh my God. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yes, for sure. Okay, Sherry, I love this comment so much. She said, "It isn't fine. Kristi should be on the left and Katie should be on the right." Monk. Do you remember Monk? I loved Monk so much.
So
Yep.
much. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and you might not know this, but what we do is one of us is in charge of every show, and
Mhm.
the person in charge is on the left, and then the other
Mhm.
person is on the right.
Mhm.
That's why we
Unless
swap.
somebody forgets to put themselves on the screen or something, which has happened, and then maybe we're
Yeah,
mixed up. Yep.
yeah, we might be, but most of the time, that's the layout, and that's
Yep.
why it's not always the same. Yeah, hell no to
Yep.
layaway at Christmas. Oh,
Oof. Gosh,
layaway
gosh,
at
gosh.
Christmas in the
Yep.
early 90s. Can you imagine? The
Mhm.
computer was an orange screen, you guys, with a DOS prompt
And a
and a dot
thousand
matrix
years old.
printer.
Yep.
Oh, it was insane. Yeah. Anyway,
And people were challenging,
yes, that is the
unpleasant.
kindest way to say it possible.
Trish also worked at Kmart in the 70s. Oh, Trish, I knew I loved you.
Solidarity. Solidarity.
Yep. Okay. Oh, Brandy said she had to put some family members down. Then she clarified that her foot down.
I'm
This
glad you
wasn't a
didn't
trip to the vet or anything. No.
take a whole carload over there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Shalisa. Shalisa, that is so wild you're here. I almost sent you a message yesterday because you were just in my heart and I was wondering how you're doing. So I'm so happy
Oh,
you're here. So We're
Yeah.
on the same wavelength. I'm glad to see it. Send me a message. I've been wondering how you're doing. But she'd love
Nice.
a card.
Okay, Shalisa. Let's see here. No, that's no. Shalisa, you are a product of what you believe. We kind of all know that, but we kind of don't,
Yeah.
because a lot of what we are a product of is the unconscious stuff we believe, the stuff we never really realized we believed.
Yeah.
So important to acknowledge that and explore that. Like, am I packing around some dumbass beliefs I don't want anymore in my life that are governing the choices I'm making and governing who I am?
And I
Because
think
we
that
all are.
applies right. And I think it applies to childhood beliefs, core beliefs, but I also think it
Mhm.
applies to spiritual beliefs that we picked up along the way that maybe were what we needed at the time, but maybe aren't so much anymore.
Yes, I
And,
agree.
we're always evolving. It's always okay to change your mind.
Yep,
Always.
always.
Boomer or sooner, Amy. Right? I don't know. I'm torn. I would love to see Texas win because they've never won before. They've never been to the championship before. And they were unranked coming into this tournament, which is amazing. The fact that they're
Wow.
in the finals at all is so huge. But how can you not love Oklahoma has a player named Jocelyn Allo. She's a girl from Hawaii that has broken all of the college softball records for home run hits
Oh,
for
wow.
a career as well as for a season, and she's just
Mhm.
unreal. She hits a home run almost every time she gets up to bat. It doesn't matter where they put the ball, she puts it over the fence. So, it's hard to
Wow.
not love Oklahoma and what they're doing there. It's amazing, but and I don't think they'll be I don't think they can do it. I think it'll be Oklahoma, but, anyway, blah, blah, blah.
How exciting. That is very cool.
Hello, Alan, good to see you. Good, good, good. Did we miss anybody? Oh, Trish was at Kmart the day the dam broke. She said she was a prankster at Kmart and she thought somebody was pulling a prank.
Dude, it was not a prank. It was a huge flood. That's funny.
Mhm. Yep.
Wow. Smack jeans and track sneakers. The good
I
old days,
don't
Kev. The good old
remember
days.
either.
The
I
smack jeans I
remember
remember for sure.
I remember Rustler jeans.
Yeah.
Or
Well, those
Rustler
were,
jeans.
yeah, they were boy jeans. I didn't wear them.
Yeah.
I mean, clothes don't have gender, but to me, they looked like, I don't know. I did not wear
Yeah.
them. Let me say it that way.
Mhm. Yes. Yep, yep. Okay. Monk
Joe
was a great
Boxer.
show.
Yeah,
Oh
Joe
yeah,
Boxer.
Joe Boxer. Yes. That was
Everything Joe
the big
Boxer.
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey guy. Trish Trish says I remember bell bottoms. Well,
Okay.
okay.
You've got us all beat, Trish. You've got us all beat.
I was explaining to my girls the other day about wearing stirrup pants with either this big scrunchy socks that came up your leg or leg
Hmm.
warmers,
Yes.
and then the big slouchy t-shirts that you had the clip on the side or you tied a knot in them,
Yes.
or you wore the belt, that matched. Like that was the thing when we were in like 5th, 6th grade. That's how you dressed. That's how everybody dressed.
Yes. It's all coming
And
back too. I saw stirrup pants in the store and
can
I
you
went,
imagine?
what fresh hell is this? Yeah.
Oh, Miranda would love a card for her husband if we have time. We
You
just so
betcha.
do. I think it's exactly 8 o'clock right now. So this
Okay,
will be our
Miranda,
last one.
Miranda, please deliver this message. Rise above your fuckheadedness.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
holding yourself back with
Yes.
being too damn stubborn? Yeah,
Mhm. Yes.
you might just be.
I love that card. I would also like to deliver that to my husband.
Right? Amy
Yes.
says I'm from the windbreaker generation. I had like 10 different sets. Oh, I love it.
I
Oh,
like this.
Miranda's definitely delivering that gladly.
So, my husband and his aunt were raised like siblings, and they really wanted to take breakdance lessons. And so they talked Scott's mom into paying for that. So she put him in breakdance lessons. They went to one lesson, and it turned out they were not breakdancers. So they managed to get their money back so they could buy parachute pants.
Oh, parachute pants.
Poor Scott. I still tease him about parachute pants.
Those were the days.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Oh, Kev says, "What about White Shoulders, perfume?" Well,
Oh.
our grandma the same, Kev, our grandma was a huge White Shoulders fan. I can still smell it just
Mhm.
thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Mhm.
Brandy, that's a good point, Brandy, and I'd forgotten this. She said you layered the socks, so there were 2 colors. That's right.
Right.
So you had on 2 pairs of socks, as
Yeah,
well as the stirrup pants that may or may not be comfortable in your shoe. Mine never were.
yeah.
And then, of course, you have the maybe the t-shirt and the belt. Like, how uncomfortable. And
Well,
or you wore, do you guys remember these devices from hell? The shirts that buttoned in the crotch?
yeah, the onesie shirts
Yeah.
with the stirrup pants.
Yes.
Like, they just got you coming and going. Oh,
Mhm.
no, never again. Mm-mm.
You see those every once in a while in stores still, the onesie shirts, and
Oh,
why?
yeah. Oh, they're a
Who
big
can
thing.
wear
Target's got
those?
tons of them.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know. They come in thong now. That's new. They shouldn't come in thong. When we were kids, I didn't see any thong ones, but yeah.
Well, I did, but not on purpose. I
Well,
mean,
right. Yeah.
that's what they did to you. Oh my
Yes.
god, horrible.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, no. Oh, Alan said he was a good break dancer, but couldn't ever do the moonwalk. Well, see,
You
at
gave it
least you
your
had
all,
the break
Ellen. You
dancing
gave
down.
it your all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have challenged my husband to show me a few moves every once in a while, but he says he can't. I don't know.
He
One
never
lesson
will show
apparently
us,
wasn't enough.
I guess.
But by God, he had parachute pants. Oh yeah, stonewash jeans. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. And
Yeah.
roller skating, are you kidding me? Of course.
Oh yes, yes.
Doing the
Oh,
snowball. Come
and
on.
swatches. Yes, Sherry
And
swatches. That was a
swatches.
big deal. The rich kids had swatches. The poor kids didn't.
We had the knockoffs that were, like, called switches or some dumb thing that Kmart sold because
We had
that's
the
where we
Kmart
got our stuff.
swatches. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Roller skating was a ball when we were
Oh,
kids.
yes.
Yes. Yes. What? What, Kev? What about chocolate covered bananas and tuna tacos? I I don't know.
I I nor do I.
I
Um,
remember the chocolate covered bananas. Those were a thing.
that
Tu
was
I tuna tacos is I don't know. I
I didn't have tuna tacos, no, but please go on.
Hey, Cranky.
Oh,
I'm
Alan, yes,
dying.
Beanie Babies, yeah. See?
I will have you know, I still have some Beanie Babies in my cedar chest that, I have never taken the tags off of.
Is
They're
that your
probably worth, like
retirement plan?
yeah, they're probably
Your
worth,
Beanie
like,
Babies?
6, $8 now, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, a throwback to the chocolate vat. Oh, Kev!
No,
Oh,
god damn
that
it,
is
we fell
naughty
for
right there.
it. Oh, yes, corduroy pants. Our mother loved corduroy pants. She always, when you went to buy school clothes, always wanted you to buy sweaters and corduroy pants. Ugh,
I I don't really like pants that make a noise every time I move. Like,
we're
that was
just
weird to me.
remembering, like, the '80s and '90s, Cranky, I think.
Yeah. We're just
Yeah.
thinking back to the good old days or the bad old days or the whatever. Garbage Pail Kids. Alan, I was just thinking about Garbage Pail Kids the other day.
Mhm.
And of course, the Cabbage Patch Kids too, but the Garbage Pail Kids were
Mhm.
hilarious. We used to collect the cards.
Mhm. We had Cabbage Patch Kids because our mom worked at Kmart. Funny how all roads lead back to Kmart these
They
days.
really do, yeah.
But, our mom worked at Kmart, and so that was when it was, like, the big, rush for them, and they had only gotten in a certain amount of dolls, and they had hid them throughout the store, and basically, they were going to have a Cabbage Patch derby on their hands. I can't imagine what a bad idea this was, but
This is a real bad idea.
anyway, so basically, people were running through the store trying to find Cabbage Patch Kids, and they had allowed the employees to set a few back, so she was able to get Cabbage Patch Kids for all 3 of us. Yep, that's why we got them. Thank you,
Yes,
Kmart.
it is. Thanks, Kmart.
Yep,
Uh, that's crazy.
yep. Oh, yes, friendship pins, yeah, or
Mhm,
friendship bracelets. Yeah.
mhm. Blue light special, yeah. When there was
Teddy
a literal blue
Ruxpin.
light that used to get pushed around to different parts of the store.
Hell yeah. I
Mhm.
could make the announcement all day long.
Yeah.
We live in this very religious place, as you guys know, and people here are very big on praying, a lot of praying. And the end of the prayer is always in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Well, more than once working at Kmart, I heard people make announcements over the loudspeaker and then kind of forget where they were and what they were doing and say, something like attention Kmart shoppers, we've got a blue light special over here in the soft lines department where we've got, jeans, buy one, get one free. So come on over and check it out in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Uh, I forgot
It
we had
happened
Kmart.
all the time. It happened in every store. I heard it many times.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Too much.
See, all we needed was a
Well,
good laugh.
yep. We just
In the
needed a
'80s
good,
and
easy
'90s, will
night.
give that to you all day long.
Yes, for sure. Cranky also worked at a Kmart. Oh, Cranky.
We have found
Yep.
our people.
We have really found our people for sure. Oh, Renee was a Toys R Us kid. I
Mhm.
know, sad.
It's a little rich for our blood.
It's true. We we didn't get stuff from Toys R Us.
We did not.
If it didn't come from Kmart, we didn't need it.
It's
By
true.
God.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Brandy had the homemade Cabbage Patch Kids that they made in Relief
In the
Society. I
church. Yes.
remember those. Yep. Oh, Trish said if you remember the 70s, you weren't there.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
Yes. Amy, they don't have a Kmart. Well, I don't think anyone has a Kmart anymore, do they? I think they're
They're
all
gone, I
closed now.
think. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. Well, we have done it, and,
We have.
I gotta go watch softball. So
I gotta go have my delicious sandwich.
right. That's right. A gourmet sandwich. Yep.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Well, you guys, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back next week with all of our regular stuff. We did miss an episode
Right.
this week due to sheer fatigue and busyness, but we'll be back next week
I
with
ended
all
up
of our shit
having an extra
together.
day travel, and it just didn't happen, and that's alright.
Yeah. But we will have our ducks in a row next week. I'm just sure of it.
Mhm.
So thanks so much for being here, guys. We appreciate you so much. Do something good for yourself this weekend. You deserve it. Everyone gets a
Mhm.
cookie. This has been yet another
Definitely.
edition of, well, the Psychic Hour on True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. Take care.
Bye, everybody.